If you grew up around the 60s or 70s, you probably remember those small moments in the kitchen, not a full meal, just something quick made from whatever was already there. A slice of bread turned into something that felt like more, or a simple snack that somehow got you through. Nothing fancy, just familiar. But some of the things people ate back then don't even sound like real food today. And once you see them, you'll remember exactly how they showed up. Number 9, pizza toast. This wasn't real pizza, but it was meant to feel like it. A slice of bread laid flat, a thin layer of sauce spread edge to edge, and a bit of cheese on top, sometimes just enough to cover the middle. Into the oven, left there until the edges turned crisp and the top started to bubble. You could see it changing, slowly. Standing there in the kitchen, watching it cook, did it ever feel like you were about to have something better than it really was? Because this wasn't about getting it perfect. It was about turning something simple into something that looked familiar. And for a moment, it came pretty close. Number 8, cinnamon toast. This one didn't need much, just a slice of bread, butter spread all the way to the edges, and a layer of sugar and cinnamon on top. Placed in the oven, just long enough for the surface to melt and the edges to turn crisp. You could smell it before you saw it, that warm, sweet scent filling the kitchen. It came out golden, slightly crackled on top, soft underneath. Some people made it quickly on the stove, but in the oven, it took a little more time and came out more even. A simple slice of bread turned into something that felt a little richer. Getting it just right mattered, because once it came out of the oven, it was gone almost as fast as it was made. Number 7, saltine crackers in milk. This one was as simple as it gets. A glass of cold milk and a few saltine crackers dropped straight in. No cooking, no preparation, just left there for a moment until the crackers softened and began to sink. It didn't look like much, and it definitely wasn't something you'd expect today. But back then, it showed up more often than people realize. Sitting at the table, watching it change. Did you ever wait just long enough for the crackers to soften, but not fall apart completely? Because there was a timing to it. Too soon, and it stayed dry. Too late, and it turned into something else entirely. Simple, quiet, and made exactly the way you liked it. Number 6, molasses on biscuits. This one goes back even further, but it still found its way into kitchens in the 70s. A biscuit, fresh and warm, split open by hand, and a slow pour of dark molasses over the top. Not like syrup. Thicker, darker. It didn't spread quickly. It settled in, soaking into the bread, leaving the surface slightly sticky. In many homes, this was what you reached for when there wasn't anything else sweet around. It kept well, and you didn't need much, just enough to change the taste and make it feel like something more. But it wasn't light. The flavor stayed with you, strong, deep, lingering even after the plate was empty. Number 5, sardines on toast. This one wasn't for everyone, but it showed up more often than you'd think. A small tin opened, sardines packed tightly inside, laid straight onto a slice of toast. No extra steps, no effort to change it, just placed on top, sometimes mashed slightly, sometimes left whole. It had a strong smell, one that filled the room almost instantly, but it was practical. It kept for a long time, cost very little, and didn't need refrigeration until it was opened. Standing there with that plate, it wasn't something you rushed. It was simple, direct, and it did exactly what it needed to do. Number 4, raw potato slices with salt. This one barely felt like a recipe at all. Just a potato, peeled, or sometimes not, cut into thin slices right over the sink. No cooking, no waiting. A little salt sprinkled on top, and that was it. Crisp, slightly starchy, with a clean, earthy taste. It wasn't something prepared ahead of time. It was something you made on the spot when you needed something quick. In a lot of homes, this came straight from what was already in the kitchen, no extra ingredients needed. Standing there, taking one slice at a time, it wasn't about turning it into something else. It was just eating it as it was. Number 3, Peanut butter and banana. This one came together in seconds. A slice of bread, a thick layer of peanut butter, and a banana sliced right on top. No stove, no waiting, just something you could put together and eat right away. The peanut butter held everything in place. The banana added just enough sweetness. It wasn't something you planned. It was what you made when both were already there, sitting out, ready to use. Sometimes folded closed, sometimes left open, but always quick. It stayed together just enough and filled more than it looked like it would. Number 2, tomato sandwich. This one only worked when tomatoes were in season. Not just any tomato, but the kind that was soft, ripe, and ready. Sliced thick, laid onto plain white bread, with just a light spread to hold it in place. Nothing else needed. It all came down to that one ingredient. Juice would start to run the moment you took a bite, soaking into the bread almost immediately. You had to eat it carefully, holding it together as best you could. In a lot of homes, this showed up when tomatoes were fresh, and simple was all you needed. But it didn't last long, because once the bread gave in, it fell apart in your hands. Number 1, applesauce on toast. This one was as simple as it sounds, but it showed up more often than you'd expect. A slice of toast, still warm, with a spoonful of applesauce spread across the top. No butter underneath, no extra layers, just soft apples, pressed into crisp bread. It didn't stay crisp for long. The applesauce would settle in, softening the surface, changing the texture with every minute. It wasn't something you made ahead of time. It had to be eaten right then, while it was still holding together. Sweet, warm, and just a little uneven with each bite. Do you remember having applesauce on toast? Or was there something similar you used to make like this? Looking back, it's strange how something so simple could carry so much weight. These weren't just snacks. They were part of everyday life, made without much thought, from whatever was already there. And somehow, they stayed with people. Some of them you might still remember clearly. Others, maybe you haven't thought about in years, so I'm curious. Which one of these do you remember the most? Or was there something like this in your home that didn't make the list? And if this brought back a few memories, subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more like this, waiting to be remembered.